This is KGW News at noon.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Brenda Braxton. And our top story this noon, the driver charged with killing an 11-year-old in a car crash is out of jail until his next court date. The man told the judge he was speeding to get himself to the hospital when he T-boned a car the child was riding in. KGW's Alma McCarty has more on what happened.
Evidence of a crash still scattered on Southeast 102nd Avenue from this intersection, Southeast Stark, to Southeast Washington. Officers reporting the driver, Dupree Smith, was going more than 80 miles per hour just seconds before he crashed his SUV into a sedan. Court documents note the impact caused the car to flip and travel an entire city block. The impact also killed 11-year-old Ryan Ambrose, a passenger in this car, Saturday night.
This is an incident that killed an 11-year-old person. The state has real community safety concerns.
On Monday, Smith appeared in court, facing manslaughter, reckless driving, and DUI charges. He tried to explain to the judge what happened.
I would have never even been speeding if I wasn't bleeding out, but it's no excuse though today.
Smith's attorney said the defendant was speeding to the hospital because he'd been shot at a funeral. According to court documents, officers reviewed dash cam footage inside Smith's car, which captured him driving erratically and making statements like, "Where is the hospital?" and "I am going to die." Investigators say he ran multiple red lights on 102nd before T-boning the victim's vehicle.
Now, the judge did weigh various factors, including Smith's lack of a criminal history, before deciding to release him from jail until he returns to court. He was ordered not to drink alcohol or drive a car. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office is asking the public for tips about a woman who was found dead near Wilsonville. An autopsy points to homicide. She was discovered near a vacant house off Stafford Road. Authorities say the place was in the process of being sold. A person doing work on the property found the body late Monday morning. The woman has not been publicly identified yet. You're asked to call the sheriff's tip line if you have any information. An apology from the Portland policeman seen in this video hitting a photographer in the head with his baton. This happened during the 2020 protests. Officer Corey Budworth released that public apology yesterday as part of an agreement with the photographer Terry Jacobs. That came just days after prosecutors dropped a misdemeanor assault charge against him. This is the first time a PPB officer was prosecuted for striking or firing at somebody during a protest. The two sides went through a process called restorative justice. In this case, that included a private conversation and the public apology.
During my reflection of the evening, the force used against Ms. Jacobs could have been avoided, and I'm sorry, Ms. Jacobs, for unnecessarily hitting you in the head with my baton.
Officer Budworth is expected back on the job after 2 years of paid administrative leave. The photographer has also settled a civil rights lawsuit against the city of Portland for $50,000. People working in Salem are about to face a new income tax, even if they don't live there. City Council approved that new tax Monday night after several hours of public testimony. Most of the people who spoke were against the tax. Salem leaders say they need the money to cover a budget shortfall and to pay for things like firefighters, police, and homeless services. How much you pay depends on how much you make. If you earn, say, $50,000 a year, you'd pay about an extra $400 in taxes. Salem won't start collecting that money for at least another year. Okay, let's head back to the Weather Center now and check in with Rod. Temps this noon, very comfortable.
Yeah, let's call it free sunshine on the heels of that last story. It's free sunshine. We have plenty of it. I think we're going to end up pretty close to yesterday. We didn't have really thick cloud cover this morning, except for at the coast itself. We're sitting at 73, pretty much where we were 24 hours ago. Still getting up to about 80. It's a very comfortable afternoon. Here's the cloudiest spot, and it's slowly breaking up. The clouds over Astoria from the Astoria column camera, 66. When you drop just south down along the coast, look at Cannon Beach. That's beautifully sunny. Temperature there is 65. All of the valley seeing a lot of sunshine. I showed you downtown Portland. Here's Stoller Family Vineyards Estate. Lots of sunshine there. And again, 73 in Portland, 80 at 4 p.m., 75. Now, starting tomorrow, the temperatures will rise, and I have bumped up my highs for the weekend, which were in the 90s. They're now just further up into the 90s. That's straight ahead, Brenda.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Rod. Well, the drag queens and kings at Darcel Showplace have now unofficially broken the world record for the longest continuous drag performance. This happened just before 5 o'clock this morning, and it still needs to be officially verified. Performers took the stage on Monday night to try and break the record, and they plan to keep on going for 48 hours. The event was meant to counter anti-drag rhetoric here in the Northwest and drag bans across the country. It also raised money for the Trevor Project, which helps LGBTQ+ youth. More than 60 drag queens from across the country joined in, including stars from RuPaul's Drag Race and local celebrities like author Cheryl Strayed and the band Portugal the Man. Well, this is Craft Beer Pride Week in Portland. 8 different breweries are participating, and every day this week, a different brewery will host an event celebrating people in the LGBTQ+ communities. Here's a look at the participating locations. Today, it's Breakside Brewery's turn in Northeast, followed by Migration Brewing off 28th and Gleason. Migration's co-founder Colin Rath started Craft Beer Pride Week. He says community support has been overwhelming.
You know, as an ally, there's only so much we can do, but by amplifying the voice and the need for people to be accepting and understanding of anyone's choices in life is awesome. And I'm hoping that this is the first year to set us up for even bigger success next year.
The 8-day event will end with a block party at the Sports Bra this coming Sunday.